Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and today I'm back with a birthday card, and this card is actually for my husband's niece's daughter, so I guess that would be his grandniece. And she is a big fan of the Frozen movie, Frozen everything, and she loves Elsa in particular. So I decided to go ahead and try and make a card for her with the theme of the Frozen character, or Elsa. And I used a silhouette to do this. So what does our card look like? This is the card that I have made. So now I'm not going to show you just quite yet how I did the Elsa. I got to practice this technique a little bit more before I do a tutorial on it. But I will show you how I put the card together and give you the links of where I got the Elsa character. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so we're going to bring up the supplies and get started putting our card together. Now with this card I did use the silhouette to cut out my pieces, but this isn't an actual silhouette file. This is a image that I found on the internet, and I took it and turned it into a file so I could make it a print and cut. I'm just learning how to do this particular kind. This isn't one where I go ahead and color in the images using my silhouette and the print and cut. This is more of taking what is called a JPEG file and copying it and then pasting it into the silhouette, and then just having it cut out the edges or the shape of my image. Now you can do this also with rubber stamps, and I have done it with a rubber stamp image, and I'm just now kind of learning how to do this, so I'm not going to do a tutorial just yet on how to do this until I've learned how to perfect it before I teach it to you. But I will promise that I will go ahead and do a silhouette file tutorial on how to do this. And I actually learned how to do this by watching Cricflix videos. She does some excellent videos on taking images and cutting them out with your silhouette. Now I'm going to put a link to her channel down below so you can check out what she does. I mean, she's just amazing. So let's go ahead and bring up the supplies. So first of all, my card measures, get this out of the way. Okay, so it measures 8.5 by 4.25. I'm sorry, by 5.5, and I've taken and scored it in half to make it a 4.25 by 5.5 inch card. I've also gone ahead and inked my edges, and today I am using the Stampin' Up! Ballet Blue ink. And I've already gone ahead and put in my sentiment, and what I've done is I've just taken some regular copy paper in this blue color, and I've stamped out "Birthdays are nature's way of telling us to eat more cake." And you probably can't see it, but it is there. And then the other thing that I went ahead and done is I went ahead and took my Cutterbug folder, and this is the Snowflakes one, to just give this inside sentiment some dimension. And then the last thing I did was I took some glimmer mist that I've made up of my own, and I actually got this idea from Chandi. I can't remember her channel, but anyway, I'll put a link to her channel down below as well. And I just took some of my iridescent ink. I'm sorry, it's not iridescent ink, it's actually iridescent medium, and it looks like this, and it comes in a bottle like this, and I actually got this from Michael's. Now as you notice, mine is not the color of the original iridescent medium. It's normally a white color, and mine looks kind of off-white, and that is because I listened to someone else on the YouTube channel, and I added BBs in here to keep this from clogging up, and that was not a good idea because I said this last year. I ruined several bottles of Glimmer Mist doing that. So I don't know why that happened to me, but I would not recommend putting the BBs inside your Glimmer Mist to keep them from clogging up, because it did change the color of my Glimmer Mist and it ruined several bottles. So I was out of a lot of money. So with this one, the BBs I think are still in there. I do hear one in there, so because I only put one in here, and it turned it a creamish color, which is okay because when I use it with my watercolor paints, and sorry for that glare, it still works out just fine. And I did take just a little bit of water and a couple of drops of the iridescent medium and put them inside here, and I just shook it up and I just go ahead and spray it, and this is the effect that I get. Now I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you can see the glitter shine. So let's go ahead and continue on making our card. Move that out the way. So now what we need to do, here, straighten this out and get it out the way, is add our next layer. And I've cut this out. You can cut it out using your silhouette, or you can cut it out using your paper trimmer. I kind of did it with my paper trimmer. And this ended up being 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And that's going to go on top here because I just wanted 1/8 of a line all the way across, or 1/8 of this part of the card showing. So we're going to use the ATG gun for this cardstock because it's kind of thick. And we'll get our tape on here, and then we'll add this to our card. So I'm going to open up the card, and then I'm going to put this on here and try to line it up as best I can. And then I'm going to go ahead and press this down. So now this is going to be an easy card and shouldn't take you any time to put together. The hard part was getting the image cut out because it was the first time that I had done, or might have been the second time I have done this. So now my next piece is this piece right here. Now this is actually a print and cut, and I did this by taking another JPEG image and cropping this so that I could get this to fit inside this piece of cardstock. And as I said, once I've gotten this perfected and I'm sure at what I'm doing, because this was a lot of trial and error and it took me quite a while to figure this out, I will show how I did this. So this is actually part of the background of the Frozen image that I found on the internet. So that piece is going to go on top of here, and I have inked my edges once again using the Stampin' Up! Ballet Blue. So we'll put some tape on here. Now this piece measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And this is a piece of just regular Georgia Pacific cardstock that I purchased at Walmart. And we'll get our tape on this piece. And then once again, I'm going to open up my card and we're going to line up and put this piece on here. And I just wanted that faint image to show through because I'm using the theme colors for the movie Frozen. My husband's grandniece, she is in love with the Frozen characters. You name it. She's specifically in love with the one I think it's called Elsa. I haven't seen the movie before, so I don't know all of the characters. So now we'll go ahead and add we'll probably put, I think, Elsa on next. So this is my Elsa, and I did do this using my silhouette, and I've also got it popped up, so we're going to put her right here and I want to make sure I leave enough room for my happy birthday. This is an actual silhouette file that came with the cloud and a sun, and I believe it also came with some raindrops, and I kind of just cut this up or ungrouped it and just cut out the clouds. And I did use the print and cut to type out happy birthday Allie, because her name is Allie. And then I also went ahead and used my Cuttlebug Snowflakes folder again and ran the die or my cloud through that, and then I took the little glimmer mist that I made up and spritzed that. So I've got this sitting on some foam tape popped up like so. So basically that is the front of our card. Now of course I'm going to add just a little bit more to it, and then I'm going to come back with the finished card and my envelope. Okay everybody, so I am back with the finished card. So this is what I've done. I went ahead and I went through my Christmas stash, and I had some little snowflake ornaments that I took the backing off of and just went ahead. I guess that one time they might have been buttons, I'm not sure. But anyway, I took the backing off of them and I added those along here on the side. And then I also went ahead and put some bling, I don't know if you can see that, in her hair. And I didn't say before, but I did take, or maybe I did say, some of that homemade glimmer mist that I made up, and I sprayed that all on this piece of the cardstock, just so I could give it that shimmer look. And I also did cut out 2 of these and glue those together or tape those together just so I could give it some extra thickness and dimension. And then I did have foam tape on the back of here just so that it would pop up off the card. And now for my envelope, I went ahead and took the 3rd Elsa that I cut out and I added that on the front of the envelope. And I did cut out 2 of the clouds, and with this cloud I did go ahead and use my rubber stamps to stamp out birthday wishes, and I also ran it through the Cuttlebug folder and then added some of that homemade glimmer mist that I made. And I also used some of the glimmer mist on the Elsa on the front here, and then I added some bling in the hair. Now I did do the envelope once again using my We Are Memory Keepers punch board, which looks like this, and I followed those steps that I found on the website that I mentioned on a previous video, and made a envelope box so that I could put my cards in. And I probably will be doing this a lot because, as you know, when I make my birthday cards, I like for things to pop up off the card, and I like to have a lot of dimension, and those sometimes don't fit in a regular size envelope. So I will be probably using this technique from now on. Now I am making it out of paper and not cardstock, which, you know, most people would probably do it with cardstock, but I'm doing it with the paper, and it still seems to be working. But you do have to be very careful when you're putting it together. This time I remembered to put my front image on first before I started putting everything together, and I actually used score tape rather than glue to tape or put the envelope together. So that's it everybody. This is my take on the Frozen themed birthday card. Thanks for watching everybody. Bye.